All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, from the sports capital of the South here in Cebu. This is Bleacher Talk Goes Live. Bleacher Talk Goes Live with, Alan Chuachoy and JV Araneta as we talk about biking, fad or for real. Mayang gabi sa atong tanan and welcome here once again to another episode of Bleacher Talk Goes Live. Today, again, we talk about biking, fad or for real. If you notice, daghan na ra ba kaayo ka ng nagbisikleta ron. Wherever you go, if you're driving to work, if you're driving outside, di gyud masipyat. Kung ato una ang atong gireklamo would be the number of motorcycles all over the place. These days, people are now talking about the number of bikes that are actually on the major highways. So we'd like to talk about that. We'll talk about biking. Is it for real? Is it a fad? Why the sudden boom in this time of the pandemic, in this time of COVID-19? And a lot more. We'll talk about that. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to present to you two colleagues of mine. Pasensya na, bias ko karon kay karong adlaw, Freeman tanan. It's an all Freeman cast. All of us are columnists in the Freeman, and I'd like to introduce to them one by one. First, I'd like to introduce somebody who is familiar to you on TV. He was a part of the biggest loser edition of ABS-CBN way back, and today he has maintained the weight. Dili katong 300 pounds na pero na-maintain na niya ron ang iyang weight when he left or even lost even more than when he left the show. And today is a fitness advocate. Ironically, he's actually an architect by profession. But today we'll talk about fitness. Please welcome architect and of course Coach Alan Chuachoy.
Hello. May gabi.
May gabi, Alan.
Good evening. Good evening. Yes.
Kumusta naman diya ron?
Okay lang. Medyo traffic na balik. It's the traffic na in Cebu. Grabe na, maka-stress na.
Now, Coach Alan, I have a question. No? Fill in the blanks na siya. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Biking in this pandemic is blank.
Biking in this pandemic at first is fun. Fun in the sense na how one good ang dalan. Way back pag it was ECQ because more na siya mode of transportation na pwede. And it was medyo hawan. But along came na nanggawas ng mga buses in replacement sa mga jeepneys. So medyo na-stress na sad karon because medyo dako yung mga bus na mo kalit agunong.
Yes, that's all right. Let's call in our next guest for the evening. He's a fellow columnist in the Freeman. He is also, he's actually a dentist or orthodontist by profession. So if you need braces, retainers, total niya, no? And he's one of the, when I asked a friend of mine to describe Coach Dr. JV Araneta, he said, kana usag na sa mga gahi, mga original. So I don't know how long he's been biking. He'll share that with us more, our fellow Freeman.
Again.
Dr. JV Araneta. Dr. JV, mayang gabi diha.
Hello, mayang gabi. Good evening to all of the viewers. Mayang gabi. Now I've been riding my bike since 89.
Wow.
Bugay na kayo, pwede na mo retire from cycling. But dindot gyapon siya, it's a nice form of exercise.
Yes, definitely. Agree ko ana. The same question. Fill in the blanks gyapon, Doc JV, no? So biking in this pandemic is blank.
It is a necessity for, I think, para sa imong mental and physical health. Murag lain kay ma-enclose ka sa imong balay for so many months. Dahan jud ka mo gawas. For para gud ma-express gud mo imong feeling siguro at that time ba nga I want to go out and see ug naunsa na gud sa gawas. Mapaning siguro ka kanuna na ka gawas ba, and then all of a sudden ibutang lang ka na for 1 month. So it is a necessity as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. No, I agree completely. A necessity, like you said, both mental and physical health ang atong gisgoto. No? People always think physical, but here you're now saying that biking can also be a source of mental health, strengthening of mental health.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll talk about that and more as we talk about this fad called biking. So let's talk about the basics of biking first. No, question is, Coach Alan, why all of a sudden has biking become so popular nga daghan na kay nanggawas ta ng bisikleta? Could you please share with us your thoughts?
Actually, biking like karon na during the quarantine, like what JV said, nahimo na gyud siya necessity. Wa mo tay public transportation. So you see nurses na bike, soldiers na bike, police, nagsikad gid sila. Then you can notice na medyo bago-bago gid sila kay drive nila medyo mag-wave gid sila sa daan, so medyo delikado sad. But and now suddenly after nagsige na sila bike, they found out na daghan pa dito mabuhat aside from biking to work. I saw some post na nag-uban na nag-century ride na, nituyok na sa Bugo, nituyok na sa Norte, nituyok sa South. They're these regular people who are working, the work pa tong trabaho, bike pa tong trabaho, and then karon nahimo na siya fun, especially on weekends. If you go out on Sundays, kita you got the droves of biking aside from kato basic nato na weekdays na naikuan ha kana padong trabaho. Daghan na gyud magbisikleta. So I think this is what make it popular kay inigawas nimo, it's you and your bike, and then mawala imong stress siguro sa trabaho. Mao man ginaingon nila kung mag-inusa ka pag-bike out, gamay naman ko ang buang ganun ka. Bita joke na joke na.
Yes. Doc JB, the same question, but I will twist it towards what you said earlier. Why the sudden boom in biking, which is very visible kayo, makita gyud, no? But let's track that towards what you said earlier about mental and physical health. Could you please, is that also a good reason why biking has boomed all of a sudden?
I think the main reason nga no, Jud, siya is what the coach Tuatsoy said. Now it's become a mode of transportation for everybody. And murag mao sa gid dali nimo because you cannot go to the gym. Di man pwede mo to the gym. So ang cycling, of course, if you stay at home for a long time, now I think I've heard over CNN or sa YouTube nga, especially if you don't have a happy family, mo increase kuno ang stress level nimo. So
Okay.
so mao na nga o dili ka happy sa imong family life, unya nang you're enclosed in the same four walls sa imong balay, stressful gyud kuno kayo. So I think this is one reason why nga in terms of mental health, bisikleta nindot gyud siya gawas, plus fresh air with very minimal cars outside. So nindot gyud kay siya ginhawa. Maka I think Coach Tuatsoy can agree with me nga the moment you step out of your house, mo ginhawa kag dako sa bukid, lami jud kayo kaysa dara ka sa inyo.
Yes.
Ana gyud na.
Coach Alan, I'll continue on that line of thinking right now, Coach. Well, I know Tita Caroline. So does it mean nga biyaan ni Tita Caroline sa balay for the whole day just to okay. Now, can you tell us what is it about biking that really like what, let's continue with Dr. JB says. What is it about biking maka-relieve og stress? What is it about going out?
I think it's basically it's because of exercise, di ba? When you exercise, you produce katong mga happy genes ni mo na. What do you call that term?
Happy hormones.
Happy hormones. Mo na
Yes.
mawala yung stress ana. And then like for example, the famous route sa kasakaan ako diri for me there is Busay. When you reach a point, you can say that nakaabot na ko sa Marco Polo. Mura na siya achievement dito nimo.
Yes.
Or let's start from the bukid ka ng flat. Uy, nakaabot na ko sa Puente Rotonda. Achievement na. Pagsunod nakaabot na ko sa next stop na sa layo na. So I think it's more of an achievement that you can reach further. And then actually, if you look at it, it helps with the Mother Nature side because may pollution ng bike. So mo dito sa sanas mga kuan.
So
Ingaw
true.
ng bike.
Coach James, sorry, I have to go back to the basics now because I know we're talking about biking right now, but let's bring everybody back to the basics. I started Tigong to Coach James. Kinundol ka tong Easy Rider style na. But I know that Easy Rider became BMX. Then there's the mountain bike. Then ato una ang tawag na to racer bike, which is now called the road bike. But JV, could you please explain to us the difference sa tulo sa, just for the sake of our viewers today? Which one is which?
Ang road bike, usap pag-explain na. Ang road bike, kung in terms sa gidakon sa ligid siguro start with that no kana
Yes,
mas dako ang ligid sa road bike, gagmay ang BMX, and ang mountain bike is in between. ang progress but gamay ra kay diferensya sa ligid. Ang purpose tingali niya diha mag ka-diferensya because ang road bike is specifically built for the road, ang mountain bike specifically built for the trails, and ang BMX maybe for kids nga ganahan kay mag-exhibition or magpalayat-layat sa bike. So pataghan pag kay na siya og kuan kanang sa may tawag na mga sub-category karon daghan na gyud ka di ba coach na gravel sa panauban diya daghan na tayo
nanay gravel bike karon
napay pang downhill only ano ba
downhill only bike
tayo.
Okay, Coach Lan,
nanay specific yes go ahead.
Yeah, Coach Lan, I know that you have experience in I don't know the technical terms very specifically, but I know that you've done road biking. I know that you organize a mountain bike competition, and I know that there are also kind of ITT, individual time trial type of bikes. For you, what is your experience with it? Where do you use your road bike? When do you use your mountain bike? O kana na lang para at least ma-explain
natin. Okay, ano lang. From the start, makayong go. I'm a mountain biker yet. So I started with mountain bike. Katong tag pinakabarato gyud tag 5,000 kung dito ng mountain bike. So I started from mountain bike, and then when we progress the bike, for example, na natay when we mountain bike usually para manas bukid, off-road, kung pasa kung usa ka amigo na abogado na kung simentado gani, road bike gyud mo gamiton. It's my purpose mag mountain bike. But anyway, so when I see the need na kinahanglan pa kag additional speed on the road, that's the time na mosold na ang road bike. So moto sa kabuang kuha sa kog road bike para gamit na road bike. But when it comes to katong mo individual time trial like what's happening sa kaning Ironman, they're not allowed to do drafting.
Drafting, yeah.
So moto kinahanglan na sa ka og tri bike or gitawag na to PT bike kay inig kung ano mo mas efficient kuno ka sa air, mas mo slice ka sa air. So moto daghan kay klase na bike, but when you think of it, parihar gyud na tanan imo gyapon na si kara na uban na nag mountain bike mas kusog pa mo sikat kaysa nag road bike or PT bike. So it all depends gyud sa kita na biker. And then karon gawas ni bako kanang sikat na also it's a mix between road bike and a mountain bike, gitawag na to gravel bike. Medyo dako-dako yung ligid, na siya spike, so you can do both mountain and road. So it's a more of a all-around bike na siya, kaning gitawag na to gravel bike. So gasto na sad.
That Jave, I know that you're more of a road biker. Okay, you stick to the road more than mountain bike. Kana siya, why the road bike, and have you tried going mountain biking? And why did you stick to road biking? What is a particular feel gani nga road biking lang gid ko?
Ako road bike jud ko ganahan sa una kana bitong tig-deliver o mga telegrama.
Okay.
And then at that time mga 1976 appeal pa man ang cycling sa Prisaa mga kung saan appeal siya sa una. So guys pila kung trade school sa una na sila team ibog yun ko kayo. So eventually gusto ko mag-bike, and then I asked my dad nga papalit ko bike. Ingnan ko nga undag ispila palitan kag bike. So why did so first pildo na ko palit na ko bike. And then pag uso at that time wa pa mauso ang mountain bike, palit ko road bike. So pag uso na sa mountain bike ang akong amahan nagpalit og mountain bike. So ako nagpalit. Dili jud ko mo enjoy for two reasons. Number one, hinay kay ko mo climb. And then, alawan kay kumahada. Okay. Yeah, mo man ang ingredients ka gusto ka mamaayo nga mountain biker. Kay ganahan mo kumuduwa og ganahan ko mapil og faces ba. So kanang duha apil din ako daan. So dili na lang gyud ko ana mo apil. Mo na decide ko nga dili gyud ako. Dili lang ako apilan na kay di man gyud ko mo enjoy. So stick lang gyud ko road. So mo na reason nga road gyud ko.
Yeah, Coach Lan, we have to discuss this. Prices.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not bikes these days, like you said, na ay baratuhon. But no, for those for the beginner who wants to go into biking, or let's say kamauna ko mo bike, but I don't know what to. This was my dilemma before. I bought like you, I bought a 5,000 peso bike, knowing that murag it wasn't the right bike, so nag-level up ko gamay. So I got a bike around, I think, 15,000, etc. What would you advise those who are thinking about going into biking na wala pa kapalit o bisikleta?
Okay. Actually, duha na siya ka klase. Oh, so, pagtawag na. Duha ka klase. For example, if you're really serious into biking, pwede kung na kay budget daan, pagkawas na ka between 40 to 60,000 for decent bike.
Wow.
Okay, if again, that's for example na kay budget, but you don't need to spend that much. You can get a bike, decent bike between 15 to 30,000 that can survive sa atong mga weather, uwan, init. If you're kanang sa biking, ang dili na ko advise if you're going into biking kanang seryoso gyud, ay yung mo palit o kanang maybe tag 5,000 tingali na bike. Okay, because like the mountain bike, daghan mo gyud na siya mga gears, daghan gyud siya mga
Yes.
accessories then diha per me ang problema. Magkaguba-guba na, magka-problema na. So in the long run, maggasto na sad ka, upgrade kag pisa, upgrade kag ani. So I suggest if you're into a budget conscious kanang cyclist, between 15 to 20. Pero kung nakay kwarta kahatag, diretso ka 50 to 60 or dito yung 40 to 80. Pero kung naagyo ka, medyo lamlaw yung bulsin, diretso ka sa 100,000 na bike. But if the bike for you is just to travel along kaning travel to work, naagi tag 5,000 na bike na it's just one gear, solid tires, it will do the trick to bring you from point A to point B. Point B, di ka kinahanglan mo gasto man kinabike na kasi basket sa tubangan butangan sa imong mga gamit.
Yes.
Okay, so naagi na difference gid. So but for if you plan to go kanang mga lagyo-lagyo ng biyahe, kuyog ka sa mga Sunday ride, 15 to 30,000 bike will do the trick. Pwede na gid siya.
Okay, Coach Alan, follow.
Hinahinay na lang.
Coach Alan, follow through question lang, no? Ako, nagpaayo ko sa akong mountain bike at the shop, somewhere in Lasyon, kalimutan ko, no? Then I said, ang first question nila daan ako, Sir, humandaan imong bike? I said, then I realized, bitaw, no? Humandaan ang palit na ako. Then they advised me, Sir, mas maayo gid bang good? Of course, bias sila kay bike shop sila. That it's better kuno to buy a bike by building from scratch na at to palit sa ilang shop. I mean, I know that they're selling their shop, but is there a logic to that? Nga maingon sila nga, Sir, ari lang ka. Of course, bias sila to promote their shop. Pero does that make sense? Nga, I've heard that many times. So buy parts, ipassemble lang rin na to.
Yeah, actually, there's two side of the coin kind of story. Sorry, okay. If you go to a real bike shop, mas barato if you buy the bike as a whole na kanang assembled factory na siya.
Yeah,
Mas barato gid siya, and then you can upgrade the parts whenever you want. Kanang giingon nila pag palit mo bike and ipalit mo sa tindahan, maybe sa department store. I think that's what they're referring to. Kanang murag
Stock bike, tawagan na.
stock
bike.
siguro. But if you go inside a bike shop, mas barato gid siya a built bike, and actually the parts volume mo guna pagpalit nila sa parts, so assemble nila mo gawas mas barato gid siya.
Can I add
maybe,
something?
yeah, go ahead.
Sige, go ahead.
Yeah. Go.
O kana magong stock bikes, ang
Oo,
gibutang
go.
gud nga pista na. For example, ang magpalit kag bike namin ginay proper weight sa imong monobila.
Yes.
So nigpalit mo sa stock bike, ang katurag yung danya nga monobila, wakay option. So
That's
mo na in the end, samot ka mahal kay palit ka, ilisa na sa nimo or ang stem, bubo ra ang stem.
Yes.
So ilisa
Yeah,
na imong
correct.
taas on or ang imong crank bubo ra or taas ra para nimo. O man kay option ana, mo ra gini palito nimo. So ug if you're a beginner, mo adto jud ka og reputable bike shop, magba-bike fit ka, pero expensive sad siya. Or
Okay.
ngita ka og somebody nga experienced ka cyclist nga mo imong magpatambag ka.
Okay, Doc Jake, let's continue that. When you say bike fit, what exactly do you mean? I've heard that term many times before. What do you mean by bike fit? Because I'm sure mga tanan ang tao, unsa may fit para nako?
Ako basically bike fit ang imong bisikleta i-fit sa imong body. Sakto
Okay.
ba ko mapalit?
Yeah.
Ang mopalit ka og bike i-fit dapat nimo, not the other way around. So mopalit kag stock bike, mo nang the other way around. Ikaw mo fit sa imong body. Ay imong body fit sa bike. So
Imong lawas if it's a bike.
Oo. So posible nga na kay backache, shoulder aches, knee pain, tungod kay dili sakto og fit imong bike. So dapat na
Okay.
kay bike fitter.
Yeah, Dr. Jim, I'll continue that thought, no, because when we talk about pricing, I know that you're the road bike expert, but I know that there are also low-end road bikes and there are also high-end road bikes. In fact, you've written before that the most expensive road bike belongs here to a neighbor of mine here in Liloan. Nakita.
At that
I
time,
don't
at
know
that time.
at that time, no. But
Oh, at that
Ignacio, could you share with us again? Let's say walay budget. I really want to get into a road bike, but I don't have the budget of 200, 300,000. Can you get good quality road bikes?
pagkakaroon daghan kayong kuan, daghan kayong mga stock bikes from China karon kanang Sunspeed sa na mga
Okay.
nga okay yung kay tan-awon sa mga worth 20k siguro. For
Yeah.
starter lang, pwede na gyud na siya.
Okay.
Pwede na i-raise nimo pero usahay man gud matandog man sa imong pride good. No,
Ah,
for example, start kong bike. Nay kutsero sa una nga tigbike
Okay.
ito mi sa reclamation sa una kanang old reclay pa. Kanili
Yes,
ng
yes.
SM. Ang iyang pisa kampanyulo. Natinga ko ano naman ko'y trabaho kanay sa kutsero niya. Kampanyulo yang pisa. So di na ni pwede. Wata nag-upgrade ko. Matandog imong garbo ba. Pero daghang yung kayong bikes karon nga mahal gyud kayo na. Mahal gyud siya kayo.
okay, Coach Lan, you talk
Yeah.
about the materials used for bikes. What are the
Kana.
most common materials? Kanang, they say kini super gaan. Kini ligon, nipis pero ligon. Can you explain that to the
Yeah.
viewers?
Actually, as a start, ang bike mo good is mo na gitawag all steel. Pagkagayan na as like chromoly. Chromoly is a kind of steel kato mas nipis man tayo nakaabot ko ng chromoly and all steel set. And then nanggawas ang aluminum. And then karon ang uso gid karon gitawag nila og carbon fiber na bike. So
Yes.
mo to all listeners karon, you have to be careful if you have a low budget bike. I strongly suggest don't get carbon fiber bike. Daghan ginang delikado madisgrasya dito syempre mga joints, mga pungil. So better yun ang aluminum. Mas safe yun siya at least well for kanang steel. So that's the basic mga parts sa bike. It's na pwede usahay katong gitawag na titanium.
Yes.
Gaan kayo na steel, na nipis kayo. But all of them works it all boils down to the Indian good dili gid ang araw yun to kung kausa gani nakalumba ko sa Bohol akong katapad real steel gid na bike mas daghan pang taya pero nakadaog siguro to siya kay tus pulting kusuga gid real steel putha pero grabe ka kusgan gid so it boils down to the biker gid so the parts and the brand and the material second gid na siya una gid kinahanglan mo practice gyud kag before upgrading to a better or more expensive na bike kana gid ang importante gid and dagan lagi kay mo tana lagi carbon fiber pwede ko carbon kayo aluminum is good enough steel is good enough importante lang example sa steel magbantay lang kasi yung seat post kay kinahanglan hindi na nimo siya limpyuhan perme the rust mapilit na ng steel so lisod na siya tang so you have to clean it regularly or you have to grease it regularly compared sa mga aluminum and carbon fiber, pwede rin yung kasagdan kaya hindi na siya magpilit. But again, not all carbon fiber are good, not all aluminum are good. Kinahanglan gyapon importante gyapon ang brand gyapon. But a lot like what JB said, daghan kay mga barato na bike ng gawas, just make sure to check the quality and tested gid siya as a friend before gani kang palit. Kung pwede gani, you ask a friend and you can try on the bike because if you buy a bike, hindi mo gamitan, it's a very expensive decoration sa imong balay.
Yes.
Medyo mahal yun. Mahal yun. Kaya na siya na decoration yun.
Agree,
So,
agree.
mahal na siya. That's the kind of material sa mga bike karon.
Yeah, I like the way when you mentioned that it's the Indian that they are. I remember Coach Alan, I think you were the one who posted on Facebook. Katuganing it was a professional cyclist training. I think it was Europe or South America, third world country niya. Tapad niya was a regular farmer. I think ito niya pag training to siya, ninaabsan pag siya sa regular farmer. Niya ang pro cyclist, nahibuong siya. So maning bisikleta yung absan magyapon ko, but that's true, no? Guys, I'd like to take time out first. I'd like to acknowledge, of course, the comments of some of our friends here para makita sa nato, and I'll ask you to comment on this, no? This one is from Larry de las Peñas all the way in Manila. He's actually the athletic director of Savior School San Juan. Sir Larry, buenos noches. No? Thank you very much for joining. My suggestion, invest on a good frame first. The components you can upgrade little by little in the future. Dr. JB, your comments on that, please?
Pwede gyapon na siya, but it's difficult to say kay kaning bitang na term ng upgradeitis ba.
Yes.
if I buy this frame, this is it. Di man na imong frame, it's not like your wife na forever na siya. Walang forever aning frame. Maibog na siya.
Ay, nako. Oh, good. Sakto gid ka. Pilang nakabuk bike na agi.
Lagi. So, pero when you get into kanang the deeper waters na sa maybe sa racing ba or sa imong hobby, murag dili na mo matter nimo.
Okay.
Ang cost ba usay uban dili na gyud, ang ila lang nga nindot jud ka. I think the same ra pud na with other hobbies like cars baka or motorcycles ha. So kung may ka invest na good frame, ako pag start na kong frame, dako kay akong frame sa una. Karon hingamay ra akong frame by 4 centimeters. So, kung kato pa akong gi-maintain, katong 1989 frame nako, dili na to pwede na ko karon.
Yes.
So, mag-ilis jud ka every now and then. Mag-ilis ka. So, imo ibaligya at a lower cost to a friend nga bag-o pa. O sige, gamitan ni. Ikaw, uli ilan na siya.
Wow. Okay. Your thoughts, Coach Alan, about this?
Proper frame size?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, sakto sana. When I bought the bike, katong Chromolito na mountain bike, the first thing I changed was the frame. So, nakagasto ginatag frame na yun. After changing the frame, I changed the shocks, changed the group set. Pag tanaw nimo, uy, maka-assemble na tibuok bike sa imong mga tinangtang na parts. So, baligya nimo. So, after assembling it, assemble na sa glain. It's a never-ending story. Kaya ang technology of the bike has gone leap and bounds for the past 20 years from a 26 tire, 27.5, 29. I'm talking about mountain bike.
Yes.
And nagana siya from karon from tube to tubeless na. Sa una V-brakes pa to, karon na disc brake na. Ang shifting sa una mechanical, hydraulic, na karon DI2 karon electronic shifting na. So have gone leap and bounds. And then if you're really competing sa mga para pachoy-choy, mugas ka. If you cannot perform, Japon you can.
Perform. So if you cannot play, display na lang. Mana siya?
Kana. Muna natawag usahay dito sa buak. Muna gitawag, uy, abot na mga showtime mo. Mga sinaw kay na bike. Pero mga kusgan sad ha.
Anyway, that's my next question, no? Because I know that you have to invest in like my 29er here. I know it's about to go obsolete, and I have to upgrade, no? Whether it's the chain, the crank. Kinesha, another form of upgrading, however, I noticed, and which I don't like personally, is the fashion part. People always think you have to dress up for the occasion. Pero ako, old school man ko, okay na ko. I'll give you an idea, no? The other day, I was wearing my Kurt Ramby shirt, na Lakers, and just baggy shorts. But I had cycling shorts, elbows, and padded. Pero hindi pa yun ako, but if you see people, you dress up. Your thoughts, yeah, Doc JV, your thoughts on that. Do you really have to dress up?
I think you should dress the part. Okay. I remember, I have an uncle ba nga, tigdog tennis. Siya tagiya sa net, siya tagiya sa bula. So, at that time, 1970s again, ha? So, muduwa ka, magmaong ka, di siya masugot, di ka padraw niya. Puti yung kang short, puti kang sapatos, puti kang medyas to look the part. I think yung anak sa siguro ang cycling. Yes. I think we should look the part kay nindot man sa tanawon.
Yeah, so true.
I don't know if you agree. But happy gud ka sa imong Kurt Rambis nga jersey, shorts. Okay ra na, wag problema na. Okay ra gyud na.
Yes. Coach Alan, the same question, the fashion part.
Yeah, actually, I think it boils down to safety. Importante ang safety. For example, the shoes, the part of shoes. If you're wearing a ordinary running shoes, ang delikado ana imo magong liston good. The shoelace ba? It will get entangled kay nakakuyog yung sa una na pag abot na mo sila ng wheelies na hambog gisa sa bagong rubber shoes. But what happened when we went downhill, na entangled gid ang liston, nasimplang gid siya. So maybe, for example, if you're wearing a shorts na medyo sobra ka baggy, it might get in the way na masangit sa imuhang lingkuranan dito.
Yeah.
Or some parts na get entangled, medyo delikado sa siya. So maybe if you're happy with your wearing, importante na yung safety. You have to serious consideration safety. For example, shades. Importante na kay mapuling ka, di nakakita.
Yeah.
And the gloves, simba ko, if you fall down, if you landing, mogi na siya mo protect nimo. Or with the gloves, if your hands panington ka para may basahin ka mo, medyo slippery sad. So it boils down to safety. But the rest of that, the shirt, kamo nang gibahala. If you're gisulti, imuha, ito gisulti mo, Kurt Travis. Bago ko, Michael Jordan akong gisulod. Actually, akong bike sa una, gibutang yun ako 23. Kay fans mo, Michael Jordan.
Yes, yes.
Pero pag gano'n ko, dili mo match na basketball o bike. So, ako kinang ka.
For me, para na ko kanang kuan kining cycling shoes good importante. But for newbies, mura magog counterintuitive nga ang imong sapatos, ang imong tiil imong gi-fix sa imong pedal.
Yes.
But actually, safe gid siya kayo kay sa mag-rubber shoes ka o mag-chinilas ka kay mo slide mo nang imong chinilas sa imong or shoes sa imong pedal, madisgrasya na naong ka. So mo na nga mas nindot gid magkuan ka mag cycling shoes. It doesn't have to be very expensive. Basta kay naagi kay cycling shoes, proper nga cycling shoes. And kanang gloves, another reason why you should wear gloves is that kung matumba ka, dili matusok imong kamot sa mga batong gagmay. Mo man sakit kayo.
Yeah, sakit gid kayo.
Oh, mo na nga importante sa ng gloves nga protection sa imong kamot in case matumba ka.
I think it gives you better grip also on the
Yes,
handlebars.
yes, it's true.
Because I've experienced it also.
Nasa uban nga dili sa gid ganahan sa feel. Gusto nila ma-feel good ang bar tape o nagi ganang di ganahan mag-gloves. Pero mo na madisgrasya ka, siguro paksit gyud imong kamot.
Okay.
Di pa una nimo ana ini tukod nimo.
Okay, which leads me. Go ahead, Coach Sam. Go ahead.
Imong i-priority na ba in case matumba ka ngayon baka ang bike ayon lang isaghin ang sound.
Sa sound. Na-crash na gano. Okay. Ang bike na ko tanawa na unsa.
And then the gloves, for example, mountain bike I use gloves. Pero sa road bike and TT, dili ko take gloves. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Amot nga before I used to wear gloves sa road bike but along the way murag na habit na ko na di na ko mag-gloves, maybe siguro in a transition do kay ko mo mag-ilis. But mo na people now si Bako mo crash. Uy, okay na akong bike. First priority yun ang bike yun.
Ang pangos ko no coach maayo. Ang gara sa bike dili na maayo.
Sakto gyud ka.
Okay, which brings you to my next question because ako mismo I used to ride motorcycles until I got into an accident. After that, din ako tugtad sa kasama motor, no? And tinunda sa motor na ako, at sa buhol pa nitabo, Dr. JV, sa may Corellia, I actually fractured my wrist. May Corellia. I took Tubigon to Tagbilaran route ba, bukid ba? Pero ang motor, ang side mirror ay naguba. Otherwise, andar siya, gipastart pa na ako, wagi problema. Pero ako, fractured dire. Dr. Tony Sanon.
Oh my God.
Anyway, next question. I'm sure, imposible man. They say, kung manaki motorcycle, imposible di ka madisgrasya. And I myself experienced that. Doc J, what is your worst accident on a bike while you're cycling?
Dili kay ko kanang gitawag nila og ahinte sa pangos.
Okay.
Kainomdom ko na crash ko kausa dili dapit sa may kaning Everready bitaw dili naman na Everready karon sa Kanduman.
Hagobyaw.
Red Cross na.
Dihan napita kausa ra sad to kanang touch of wheels ba. Na front wheel na igo sa rear wheel sa gauna na ko nuto natumba ko. Mara to so far nga murag kanang serious nga accident pero di gid nga ka serious na kunod wa pa jud ko kasuway sad og kanang grabe gyud nga disgrasya sing bako lang.
But even there, from that incident, what is your major learning to para malikayan nimo ang mahitubog usab? Balik ba?
Dili ka mo kuyog og cyclist nga wa ka kaila. Number one, kay basi og kanang squirrely kay mo ride ba lihok kayo, labi nag-racing nga lihok kayo, dili ka mo sunod, may pa mag-una ka.
Okay.
Kana siya. Oo. Sa pa may uban. nga
Because we all learn from these
Pag-
things. That's
yes,
important.
magbantay lang jud ka. Bantay lang jud ka kanunay.
Wear helmet.
So you should know your friends. Kinsa imong kanunay,
Helmet.
kaila kasi lang tendencies
White.
kana.
Yes, yes.
So mas may magpauna ka na kay rather than sa awahi ka. Kay makras tong una nimo tumbam sa kagapil.
Tinood na.
Oh, so magpauna lang gyud ka and then man know your riding friends or
No.
ibaw ka nila.
Basta. Okay.
Coach, I know the same story because I know that we talked about this for a long time. I don't know if that was 2 days or 3 days after it happened, but we're sharing this so that we learn and our other friends learn, no, from our, whether it be mistakes, accidents. Could you please share your experiences from that?
Oy, worst accident? Grabe.
Yes, yeah.
Ako lang ipakita kung sample, no? It happened 2019? 2019 man ang kita kana. Last year.
Last year pa na.
Buak gid siya. Yeah,
Okay.
dito sa ibutang yung date yun.
Wow.
May 26, 2019. Actually, si Father Jem akong puyong ani.
Wa ba?
In Sirao Garden. And then
Okay.
actually nagpagawas na gyud siya sa katong mga last rites na kuan. Okay. Na-pass out mo ko for 5 minutes ko, no? I
Wow.
was snoring ko. So actually sa kwanto sa Sirao off-road, ang starting area mo gud yan, smooth kayo, and then we were practicing for a endurance race gitawag sa Cebu Epic. So pag start sa off-road, I didn't expect katong sa unahan when start na ang technical downhill, puro na siya tubak na road. So hanap akong Father Jem. Father, let's go! Banat na ta! Pag action yung downhill ko, oops! Kita na ko sa mga liboong. So that was the last memory of that part. The next
Wow.
thing I knew was gipukaw na ko ni Father Jem. So luckily,
Ano?
wag gid nagbuwag ko sa akong bisikleta gid, buwag gid ana. Motto, careful gid. It's better to be safe than sorry. Ayaw yung patakag bulhot. Especially sa busay when you go downhill. Before, ayaw mong sunod na I was able to reach around 70 kilometers per hour.
Downhill.
And then, downhill So,
Wow.
karon dili nakabot 35, 30, 25 na lang yun na. Limit na lang yun na. That was long time ago katong mag-ubata. Suicidal patong patata ko bitag banat ba. So, muna, like what JB said, tinuod na, if you're with mga newbies, you have to be careful because mga newbies, usahay, mukarit nag-urong tungas daan, mukarit nag-change lane, mo gani mga cause of accident good, especially sa bike. Kinahanglan you should, ano JB?
Dapat jud usa ka na mag-earphones. Earphones. Delikado kay grabe. Daghan
Bawal
kay
na.
daghan ko kay mga triathlete friends ha. Kana bang mag-aero bar nasa grupo.
Yes.
Wa man ko kay control sa imong
Kana.
bike ana kung nag-aero bar ka.
Correct.
Okay.
Kana bang ana ang posisyon nimo kanang tack
Yes,
position
Yeah,
ka.
yeah.
Wa ko control sa imong brakes nya. Nay daghan kay gatapok mo mag-ana ka so irresponsible ka iba. Dili unta. Oh, dili ta ka magunit sa imong brake.
Gikuan gyud na nato sa mga triathlon community ka na mag-drafting bitaw. As much as possible, don't use your aero bars. Okay? Ang distance from your hand to the brake, medyo layo gid. Delikado gid kaayo. But yun sila, kaila gid sila silang kauban, but delikado gid daghan gid discretion etabo, especially if di mo gud yung it's not a controlled route, especially going to Danao na yung labang, aero, iring, tao, motorcycle, tricycle, mukalit man na sila U-turn. So safety na lang gid ka. Safety gid ka. Muna gitawag na to safety first.
Yeah.
Dili
Daghan kay mag-earphones. Bike.
No, but even in running, it's discouraged. Bawal na, whether it be running or biking or cycling, earphones are always discouraged. Pero mula like you said, you have to look the part. But I don't think that's the part that should be followed.
Dili
No.
That's not part of it.
Ang nabantayan ako sa ba, nag-Bluetooth ka nang kaso maka-answer ko, maybe it's only one side, okay naman tingali, but that's for answering the phone, bro. Para nako, ay nalag i-on yung Bluetooth sa cellphone, you just, when you stop nimo, over nimo, unong ka, na-check your missed calls.
Yes.
Mas may pagani, para nako, mas may gani, i-silent yun mo.
Yeah.
Kaya how can you enjoy your ride? Wag. You can enjoy.
Di ba
One
stress
time,
ba?
Mas one time, nag-bike ko rin na nawag sa'yo kayo, alas 7.
Oo.
Lazada ni sir. Kuha grabihan. Lazada, La City. Wapag. Iyan sa muka kaya katutog emergency ba?
Okay.
Mo gini mo nung gikan.
Tawag lagi kay.
Basig delivery to bagong bisikleta nga para nimo.
Ayay. Ako
Okay.
nagi-advise si Fred Oetings ko sa una regarding the mountain bike during the Xterra race.
Yes. Okay.
You have to differentiate between skills and guts. Nalagay guts lagi pero kuwang ka sa skills. It's a downhill if you're gutsy, imong patuyang gid ka sa imong gibate. Kinahanglan lagi kay skills. So if you think delikado na gid, ilakaw na gid mo ang downhill gid, especially sa Dusay. Ako yung mga kaila na mubulwag gid. Kung di nimo kaya, step down from the bike. Pwede mo gid mo lakawon imong bike yun. Now, dugay lang ka maabot. But it's better, mas safety gid siya.
Agree.
No.
I mean,
Agree ko na.
the safe way out is always a better way. And Dr. Bosay, now I have to again share with everybody here because of the biggest fan. Dr. JV, favorite places or destinations or ruta? What are your favorite here, whether it be in Cebu or Bohol, or I know you've been to Leyte. What are the best road bike? Road bike.
Ug sa Cebu lang, ang akong daog-daogon karon kaning uling.
Nagauling.
Nagauling mo na kung murag madaog-daog but daghang kay nindot nga lugar sa Leyte, white traffic, sa Bohol, white traffic, sa Negros, white traffic, sa nakasuway sa ko, naka-bike sa me from Cagayan to Davao, nindot sa kaayo.
Wow, Buddha, yes.
Buda. Pero dili sa Cebu lang ang akong madaog-daog yung kanang uling.
Okay.
So gikan sa Labangon, going adto ko sa uling, then nao ko sa landing, sa ko sa Lutupan, and then uli ko baya Manipis.
Yes.
Mga 75k na siya tanan. So mo na para favorite nako na nga ruta for now.
Because you mentioned Manipis. Yeah, you mentioned Manipis. Okay, can I say, Dr. JV, how long is it for you, including breaks? How long do you spend of your time in one day?
Dili na ko muhunong diretso na ko uli.
Okay, so how
siguro
many?
Mga under 3 hours tingali.
Okay.
Maka ko 5, maka ko 8 na.
Non-stop. Okay. Because I'll share with you sa lutopan ko ni Dako. I've experienced going to the city and back via Manipis, Nagauling, etc. I've seen the development completo, but what I'm also hearing from my fellow taga-Toledo, Galutopan is, although Manipis is a popular site right now, murag nahimog piyesta naman ko ng Manipis. Can you give? I haven't been there lately, but could you share us what's happening in Manipis? Murag ko piyesta nga itong nanay mga hawkers, na anak ko ng mga stores. Tinuod ba na?
Tinood na siya. Nagali lechon, na coffee shop dito. I think na ay kanang
Milk tea.
Milk. Na milk tea sad. Nasa milk tea. Na ay kanang tawag nila na ay kanang batchoy. Nasa batchoyan. Na mga ambulance nga pagkaon. Mura na gud siya og kanang Darshan. Especially kung Sundays and Saturdays. Grabe yung kadagdag tao yun. Muna ako dili ko muhunong dito. Igor ko mababaw, naog din ko. Makuyawan ko sa Bako ba?
Yes, ako. Yeah, tinuod na.
Daghan gyud kay the past 3 weeks nanay police dito kabantay.
Okay.
Pero mura di man kay sila stricto gud. Gatapok yun. Gatapok yung mga tao dito.
Murag way COVID.
Ha?
Murag way COVID.
Wala lagi ingon pa ni amigos sa COVID party ko na das babaw.
But that's my next question. I know kita nagsigit hiskot karon, safety is important. Better safe than sorry. And ako mismo, I'll have to criticize that. Tinuod na you are into biking, into cycling. Again, no? Pampangkondisyon, pasingot, etc. But there's that aspect that isn't safe, and that's the gathering. Sikit kayo ba? Coach Alan, your thoughts about that before I go to your favorite spots?
Yeah. Yeah, actually ang kana sa Busay person mo gid ko, Bulaan person mo gid sa akong favorite. The favorite hangout there is kani gitawag na to Willie. So ang problema ko dito sila mga on nalagi siya one lagi in and out but magtapok mo sila magkaon, and you know the transmission of COVID is
Yes.
very high when you're eating. Kaya wa mo na mask but face to face, delikado gid ka. So like what JB said, inipagi na ko dito, hindi na ako mo stop over. Diretso
Okay.
na lang ko bisag gikapoy na ko. Lahos na lang ko, maybe I stop way ahead.
Yes.
Kuan na gid is kumpiyansa mo kun mga tao, they think they're strong enough. They think they're immune to the COVID, but as soon as they get home, ang mga tao balay dili they're immune sa COVID. So mo na ang delikado diyan na portion.
Dili ikaw mismo.
That's the main point.
So true, no? Ang kumpiyansa.
And then face mask lagi, pag abot dito face mask ihubok. So okay. I'm sure the owner of Willis has done his homework in making sure na people follow the protocol, pero sa kadaghan tao gyud makainga di siguro maubos og 500 kabuk tao na dito siguro sa katapok dito. And then on a Sunday or Saturday, but but people try to stay away from the airport. Naagi uban magpundok kalimot lagi because for 4 months kun tawo magkuyog din. Abot na dito, excited siguro kayo.
Yes.
Pakita sa bike, sa Korea. Favorite na out yan ako dito. Mag-check attendance na may Parmis ako na. Almost every day picture. Lami biyak yung 3-in-1 coffee dito. Bisag pareha na bisag asa. But Mogit, sige na ako remind, I've always remind nila na careful lang. Actually, it's not only at Willis like what JB said. Dito sa Manipis. Kausaran ko sakas Manipis siguro, but there is SRP na siya magpundok diya, but at least naigamay control sa social distancing. Pero makalimot lagi, inig-istorya ninyo, makaabot mong gina. When you talk loudly, maglupad naman yung mga itawag na itong droplets sa pana. Simpako. Then, just reminding all the cyclists, kung pwede lang yun, social distancing lang dito. Dili point 3, ha?
Yes. Coach Lan, iparay, your favorite spots again and why? Your favorite destination?
Uphill. Mga uphill ride. Ang paborito gid uphill ride, I have a few because I'm here from North Tapit now. So, sa uphill gani, it's number 1 is Busay. And then, kaning gitawag na to Budlaan, kilid sa Sunny Hills. Sunny Hills, yes. Naigamay dada, it's a short ride, around 10 to 15K na, pero grabe na siya ka-uphill. And then there's one here, puro na siya, it's either mountain bike or road bike. And then naatay gitawag nagguba via Pulang Bato, then maka-exit na siya sa Sirao Gardens going to Ayala Heights. So uphill mo na siya mga uphill ride. So for trail, syempre ako ang paborito, Consolacion bike route na to, gitawag na to snake route because technical gid siya. It's muna gitawag na to complete sentence gid na ruta kay na uphill na technical, na downhill na technical, na ay single track, na ay mga drops, na ay river crossing, pero kanal ay, and then daghang kay obstacle na ay mga tais kabaw, tais iro, tais iring, and but the people there are so friendly. Anad na siya sa mga tao na mo mag-bike dito. Then mo agi kag farm, guwapo kay ruta sa Consolacion, but again, careful lang gyapon. Okay, naagya po siya yung mga habal-habal dito, sugat, so we have to be careful. So, sa route, na siya. Sa flat route, sa mga kanang pang long distance na level, itawag na to almost level Danao is a favorite spot na ko. Usay, Bulahos, Katmon, Carmen, Lugo, at Panagsara gina because like JB, I usually budget 2 to 3 hours. I have to be home na. Okay, I don't, not like others mo spend 5 to 6 hours on the road, medyo mas stressful na ko anak.
Okay.
Mas stressful na yun. And then another nice route sa Cebu is kaning gitawag na to Balamban, Asturias, pero ECQ and post ECQ ako kabalik dito if for sure nimo gyapon dito. It's a very flat route. Ang imo lang yung bantayan dito kanang mga tao nagdala og kawayan. Okay. Make sure ayaw gid sila sit-sita, inig-sit-sit nila, iglingi nila kawayan, taas ra ba kayo? So makabuang yung duko yun. Tinuod na, dili na. Yes, ayaw gid yung sit-sita, ayaw gid. Sir, ayaw lingi ha, ayaw lingi. Straight lang gid kay once mulingi sila so taas gid kawayan gid, kabunan ginda ang dan. And ang pinakaduol kani sa SRP Lantaw area kanada
Yes.
let's say around 3 kilometer one loop. Medyo dugi-dugi na yung kabalik ka. So that's my favorite na flat route. Kana siya sa Danao. And napaday Mandawi, North Reclamation kanang Mandani Bay, Tuyok, Sibodok. But karon gibutangan mo guna nila kanang murag kuan good paint sa sawgod so medyo uyog yun na agi nimo dito.
I see.
Hey, Graham is online.
Yeah, Jay McKinnon, you're online. Hello. Anyway, again, time out. We'll time out to say hello to friends who have dropped by to say hello. No, so we have time out. Kani Coach Alan, kailan ka niya? Dagi ni Dong, Dani ni Dani. Newbies in biking should learn basic traffic rules. Accidents happen because newbies think they have the right of way always. You may be right, but you can be also dead right. Your thoughts, Dr. JV, comment?
Bitaw mo, that's why I'm getting ahead siguro sa imong topic no about bike lanes ba.
Yeah.
That's why I don't agree with bike lanes.
Uy, please, yeah, discuss.
I don't agree kanang instead why don't we just share the road?
Okay.
Kaya ang kaning magungsang mga drivers ug sakyanan mura man gud I think dili pa gyud sila ready and willing to accept nga ang cyclist na ilang kaugalingon. It can become a parking area or ilugan kag motor and then mag-away na lang hinuon. Kaya amo man yang anong naa makadiri. So why not share the road na lang para ang ato sa karsada gagmay kayo.
Okay.
So mag futile kayo na nga mag-ambisyon tagi nga na pagkakaroon nga dili pa gyud ready ang mga tao. Well,
Okay.
maybe siguro kinahanglan pa siguro more education ang mga tao para ana not necessarily nga road i-widen ang roads kay nga naman sa Italy gagmay jud kalsada na siya although wa pa ko kadto sa Italy ha kanang makakita ba ka gagmay kay kalsada so nganong mas kay sila wa kay kadungog og maybe bike lanes or maybe naa siguro basta kay share the road na lang mo kung ako share the road gi-invite na bit ako papilon ko ana really ko mo agree.
Okay.
Anang bike lanes. Kaya tanaw ko ng bike lanes sa Marikina na unsa man na karon gihimo nag gibaligyaan na hinunog mga ambulant vendor.
Okay, that's true.
Oh,
Sige. Coach Alan, your thoughts about that? We've talked about bike lanes before, and I'll flash back the comment again.
Yeah, katong kuan actually mo gina sakto na share the road gyud ta. And you have to be worried or you have to be alert always. Dili ingon na naka sa bike lane pataka na nakagulot because now you na mo labang somebody will stop, motorcycle will stop. So you have to be careful. Kung nay tao, padapin ka. Ikaw na sa mulikay. Regarding sa bike lane, I think it's good but napamugod nila in priority. For example, we need pedestrianization. Sakto ba na term? Wa pagit klarong sidewalk, bike lane na ta. Di ba? Wa pagit klaro na kanang murag if we're talking about PWD kanang rampa.
agree ko na coach.
Wala pa ganina. So why talk about bike lanes if other basic necessity or dili pa nato mosulbad? Maybe because daghan na nagbike, mag-bike lane dayon ta. I think it's about sharing the road yun sakto. Maybe a bike lane will make it more visible na nasila diha pero if we don't share the lane, delikado sa day. Honestly ako if I na-bike lane lagi but when I'm up to speed sa mga sakyanan ako mo take it ko sa lane gid sa car lane kay mas visible man gud ka.
Yeah.
Mo na ako ang kuan but if you're slow padapin gid ka. But if you're up to speed sa mga sakyanan usually kinamo ko blinker na ako sa in between gid ko a vehicle gid para makita gid ko. Di man ko makadisturbo nila because I'm up to speed pero once mo slow down dito padaplin mo gid ko kay once naka sa side ni kusog kay kapadagan ka na delikado kay na ma-side sweep na kamo, di ko sila kalit.
Yeah.
And if there's jeep in front of you or sa ready na gyud ka mo, kalit na sila hunong ay nagkasuko nila kay hunong gyud na sila kalit mo sa pakini mo. Hindi ra ba na jeepney karon series na man karon. So we have to share the road gyud. We have to share the road from pedestrian, from motorcycles, to vehicles, trucks tanan magbantay-bantay gyud ta kay asok karon wa gyud. patuyang na kita tanan yun. Ay guilty sa kuan usay kay ako mag-drive sa di ako say makalimot sa kung share sa nila. Makinumdum ko, bike ka na ba ko so ako sa sila pagyon. So di kita kibawgid sa kanang ginuna. Nay uban ha, not all serious drivers are like that. Some are conscious regarding sa mga bikes. I don't know kung gisan na ba na sila ana, but some are respectful sa mga bikers pero majority wa gid way paki. Delikado gid kayo. And then you yourself biking magbantay na gid ko. Nay serious padapli na gid ka. And gid patuma gid kay nararo na sila yung blind spot yun. And then discipline sa tanan. Discipline not only to the bikers. Kaya uban ng mga bikers na to, mga kahit na ulo, palit nagliko, palit nag-change lane, so delikado gid kayo.
Yes,
Even motorcycle mo, palit nag-change lane, discussion yun, palit U-turn, palit naglabang, pedestrian, and then motorist. So, share the road dito. Discipline natin dito.
Doc JV, you're about to say something?
Nalimot na ko.
Kani mo bantayon na. Okay, go ahead.
Ang kaniyang Cebu City ba? Mura dili sila proactive in terms of bike lanes. Tanawa, ang Mandawi na ana, ang Iloilo na ana, ang Talisay na ana. Unsa may gibot sa Cebu City nang require no registration sa bisikleta?
Bayad pa.
Oo, register wa ka kay bike lane pag since the pandemic na nga nagka-registration. Sige nagpa-news diya nga hapit na gistadihan na namo. We have identified areas nga butangan na mag-bike lanes. Hantod karon wa gyud ko kadungog na pa bike lanes. So dili friendly.
Medyo dugay na gina balita again na kadungog. Actually I was invited by natoy ko nag-invite nako to that event nila na mag-discuss regarding bike lane pero but I know somebody who's nasa sa building official who's discussing these matters, you know. But I don't know what's taking them so long na implementation bike lane. Nagkagiging cyclista. But again, if you notice sa Cebu City wagi ang mga bus wagi pataka na gid hulong gid. So medyo delikado gid. I don't naman na sila bus stop karon. Compared to Mandawi, kita ko ang bus stop, follow man ang series sa bus stop sa Mandawi. I don't know about Cebu City. Kung laban na sa bus stop.
I know there are designated bus stops for series, no, outside here in Mandawi. Pero sa city, ko kasuroy lately, but I've heard.
Okay.
Lang. But I think it's more the kind of stuff. Yes, Dr. JV, go ahead.
Designated a bike stop, pero why signage nga bike stop na siya?
Okay. Bus stop.
Ang pasahero na lang mo mutuo dito. Mato dito ang pasahero.
Okay, I see. Guys, I lamiking panahon no. I promise you 1 hour, but just give me mga 5 to 10 more minutes. Kaya medyo nalingaw.
Okay, go ahead.
Ako may nalingaw ninyo good. Kaya maminaw lang.
1 hour naman dito eh.
And no, the next question is to share with all again, because what is biking without bike races or cycling races? No, I mean, let's talk about what were the most popular ones in Cebu. Kaya kibaw canceled na tanan, but I mean, sooner or later mabalik mangyapon na. But what are the most popular, shall we say, races or competitions in Cebu lang sa Cebu races that people join? Doc JV, ikaw na.
Ang pinaka-popular, I think, is katong Tour ni Frank.
Okay.
So,
can you please share with us who Frank is and how he was able to help the cycling community?
Okay. Si Frank Gatdula is a native of Compostela.
Okay.
And he went to the States. And then he balik sa dire. Kay gusto siya makigila-ila sa mga siklista ba. So, he went to ASP Cycles. I don't know if you remember pagkana katabi taong bike shop sa Cebu City Center.
Yes,
So dito siya, and then pag-abot niya dito, gi-refer siya ako. So, kuan man gud si Frank kanang helpful kay ba manggihatagon. So nanay siya mga balikbayan boxes, 4 or 3 ka balikbayan boxes. Every year panghatag niya dire sa mga cyclists. Mo collect po siya dito sa States og mga used nga jerseys, ligid, bike parts, and then iyang ipanghatag every time na ay every January. Na mo man uli niya sinulog. So mo ginay pinaka-popular and people look forward to that race. Mo ginay atangan in terms of popularity mo na si atangan because It has been going on for hapit na siguro 20 years.
20
siya?
na. Wow.
Oh, dugay na siya kayo.
Ano?
And Frank has been coming every year.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's more of a fun race more than a race nga kadagaling pamugasay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or both.
Pamugasay yun. Both. Na fun, na raffle, o nagyod. Na may premiusan. Na may partang. Basta na galing
Tourney
prize
from.
money up. Nagyod na ka na.
Asa tong ruta na dyan?
Kasi ang di magkapareho, pero usually, na create dito sa Mandawi Reclamation, na road race padong sa logo.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
And then, usa sa mo agi sa Trans Central Highway. Mag-start sa Balamban.
Yeah,
Mo
Balamban to
cross.
Tops.
Oo, kana.
Kasi
Doon ay kasagaran.
Father Jem, nag-story na Coach Lan, no, that Father Jem joined Tour de France. That must have been 2 years ago. Kaya wala man last year, no? And
Mm-mm.
he was able to climb and never got off the saddle ko, no? And that to him was his achievement all the way to Tops. I said, how did you do it? They added an extra gear or sprocket sa likod to help him. Ang iya lang, he wasn't there to race, but it's just inday lang. So, but surely climbing the Balamban side, no? So, wow, amazing. Coach Alan, favorite races or what races do the mountain bikers normally compete in?
Okay. Actually, if you go back sa history sa mountain biking, ang ilado gito sa una kato mga guardo na mountain bike
Yes.
races. Unsa tong tuwigo ay dugay na eh. The problem lang gyud sa mga mountain bike races mo good is dugay kay mo start. Nagwat siguro sila init kayo ang panahon. Di pa sila musugod og race. I don't know why. Di na wag na mahitabo sa mountain bike races ang musugod og 6 o'clock sa buntag.
Hasta sa road bike.
Mo
Muna usually dili kay ko mo appeal sa mga una na races kay kuan mo good dugay kay mo start. Imagine pre-race meal na ka ready na kay kaon na kadaan. Pag abot nimo dito nitpit na imo kon na gutom mo na kagbalik wa ko mag-start ang lumba. Wala ang but anyway, I have a advocacy yun na to support local races yun. So paningkamutan yun anak kong join tanan mga local races no. Basta mo guarantee lang gyud sila sa iyo musugod mo join gyud ko. So usually kani mga duatlon sa Niloan, Talisay, Mindanilla mo nang giapitan. Duatlon usually is a bike run na event na siya. Gimix na nila ang mountain bike o ang running kay Boka, sikat na kayong triathlon karon but imagine ang registration sa Ironman dili barato, dili lalim. So mo na nang gawas na gini mga duathlon races na mura gitawag nato it's a cheap version of Ironman race kay makaduwa na try 3 sports, run, bike ug run. So mo na usually mga races na is around 500 to 700 pesos ra. So medyo affordable din. Anay free jersey. So mo na pangapilan ko ng mga numba. And then sa una nakapil sa ko ng 20-20 sa reclamation na 18 time trial pero kausara ko naka-attend na. Aligri kay team time trial na mo. Team time trial pero among leader gibiyaan ni mo milihuat. So mura may individual. Siko huy ang pinaka-last na time mo ipanso ba?
Yes.
The last person ko, what? Kami din, hinay. So, aligri kito. Dahil sa ito na-experience niya, ang second leg ato is ay uphill ride to Tops man ito ang finish line. Aligri kay nagubaan siya sa iyang chain diri sa ubos. Iya pag giayon ko, kuya mo pa to gidagan dali kay kamahuman. So iya giayon iyang kadiri ko, ayo na idagan na gyud na siya kay duol na gud kayo. So mo na siya. And then moto, ako lang sa i-plug mo ang Consolation mountain bike duathlon there is Snake Route.
Yes, go ahead.
Actually next year it's wala pa mong gina sure because of the pandemic, di ba? For me kung walay vaccine medyo delikado gid ta mag-race. But that has been most awaited race duathlon race na sa Cebu aside sa Toledo duathlon, Diluan duathlon. Daghan na gyud ang atang sa atong Consolation duathlon because organizers ako ni Fritz ko ni Attorney Fernandez among ginagipaning kamot in cooperation with SM and Municipality of Consolation na we try to make the race murag ilang feeling naagi sila sa international na lumba gyud.
Yeah.
Nagko na art, inig finish line nila, naagi sila medal, na sila lamit kay na fighter wine musugat nila, inig inom nila. So okay na siya. We make the race as fun mo na. After the races mo na kung gid me is to support local races gid, so to join gid me local races na training duwat lang gid. So, advocacy.
Yes, yes. Dr. JV, I have to ask about Tour de France. I know you follow it very
Yes.
religiously right now. I mean, this is
Religiously.
where the guys like Greg LeMond, Lance Armstrong, and all those guys that became very popular. And it's the most popular race. Why is it the most popular race in the world? And could you please share us what's happening right now in France?
I think
COVID
the reason
yeah?
why nga I think it's the oldest stage race, meaning kanang stage race but multi-day race in the world. Dugay na kayo more than 100 years na siya nga duwa. And in fact, kanang night term man ila sa France is already more of a patrimony sa France.
Okay.
Muna nga i-close gid nila ng ilang kanang Champs-Élysées.
Yes.
And I don't think ma-close nila ng
Wow.
ila dire nga pinakadako for a race. Dili na may, but they can do that tungod kay mura ba og heritage gid nila na nga duwa. So mo bitaw na bisan in spite of COVID, na gipaduwa gid gyapon sila. Kay dili pwede nga mawaha na siya. Kay it's part of kanang French identity na nga duwa. Let's go on. So pagkakaron ang leader ang 1 week to go naman ang duwa.
Yeah.
Kuan ang leader anak karon is from Slovenia. Singanlan og Primož Roglic.
Okay.
So ang defending champion is a guy from Colombia named Egan Bernal, pero gabi he lost 7 minutes.
Wow, dako ka.
Bisag 3 minutes lisod na kay na
Yes.
lisod na kay na bawion. So mo na nga kanang down kay ng team Ineos tungod kay expect gid sila nga maka-defend gid si Bernal sa iyang crown. In fact, wa nila gi-appeal sa team ang previous winners nga members ilang team, si Chris Froome ug kini si Geraint Thomas kay dili maayo og form. So karon mo na gisgutan karon sa mga kining mga pundits nganong wa gi-appeal. Mura ba og Monday morning quarterbacking ba gi-appeal to ninyo?
Makatabang sa
So,
sila to.
unta og daghan gud kayo og reasons kinta dili any good siguro athletic events ma-injured lang ka dako naman jud kayo og dako kayo og effect sa inyong team. So just like the NBA sa dugay mga differential gagmay mausab man gyud tanan. And para na it's what makes the sport interesting ba. Ingon ana nga wa ka kibaw. Kay kibaw pa ta ngonong mutan-aw pa man ta.
Yes, that's
No? So it makes the sport compelling to watch because of things that might dili ba mo way we expect it to be. Mo na nakanindot ana niya. But
I think there are two more mountain stages.
Sige, go ahead.
I think there are 2 or 3 more mountain stages or mana siya, mana ang mountain stages.
Napay I think duha or 3 sakto ka duha or tulo, and then napay usa ka individual time trial. After ana.
So who would be favored? Pila may lead ni Roglic karon ya? Who are favored
40 seconds.
now?
Si Roglic leads by 40 seconds. Ang iyang rival, compatriot na sa niya, taga Slovenia, ang Tadej Pogačar. 21 years old pa ni siya, ha?
Another
Very
team.
strong.
Line na
from
team.
another team. Line na team. So, kanang very strong kid. Okay, 21 pa gud siya. Usually, manggid ka mo mature kag Tour de France. Ari ka sa 27, 28, 29. So, at this age, kusga na gid siya kayo. Mga mura na po, ga-dynasty ng Slovenia karon. So, there was a time na Amerikano, ga-dynasty, and then ang British. And then, karon na sa, ang Slovenia na sa may sunod nga dynasty.
Yes. Anyway, Coach Alan, last question for all of us here. If I ask you for your final messages, baka drugs has been talked about a lot. They say that it's the one that fuels. I mean, Lance Armstrong 7 times, but tagak sa rin pagka 7-time winner of the Tour de France. Kailan iyan ba performance-enhancing drugs? Has it hit local shores in the Philippines, or any chismis about that? Coach Alan or Dr. JV, can you? Kabrita mo na din.
Actually, no, there's no testing. For example, you're talking about Ironman races. There's no testing, but na yung mga hungihong, but I don't think what we mga kwan about that one. But if you actually sa tinuod lang yun, no, na-tempted yung kumutay. What's the effect of blood doping? Actually,
Yeah.
nakapunta na yun. Ganun ako, parang I can write about it. I can know how
Yes.
I feel, but yun ang kus doktor, yun ako na, lan, ay lang testing lang kay, kusog ko na yung blood flow niya. Mukalit ko ng plug ni mo utok, aneurysm pa lang ka, matay kang kalit. Ikaw, sige, ay na lang, Dok, iyawan na. So, I've heard a little, but dili kay siya, kayo, dili kay siya, ang ato adiri utan munggos na may puhunan sa mga cyclist na to.
Yes.
Sa nakautan munggos, banat na, kusog na kayo.
Ano yung
Practice na puhunan. But I don't think.
Yes. I
don't know, sa LDC sa Philippines na baka,
yes,
I'm not sure. Kung nakabatay technology na kaya baka na nila.
Doc JV, I know it's a very systematic thing that for it to work, it's very systematic, it's expensive. Doc JV, have you heard of anything like that? Diri sa tuwa?
Wag yun ko kadungog na, but I'm not going to be surprised nga no, kay number one, sayon kay palit og EPO. Bisa kung saan nga drugs ini sa ato makapalit ka without prescription.
Okay.
Sayon kay na buhaton. And number two, bagag Pilipino, bunsay uso sa gawas. Awat man dayon ta. And then kuan sa ta kanang ganahan sig tamusuway wingon ana. And I can kana bitaw mga lumba nga executive nga lumba ba nga nasa Manila. Dili ko matinga nga nay mo positive kung nay test. Grabe gyud ka competitive.
Okay.
Grabe gyud ka competitive. Di ka katuol, mas grabe pa ang organization sa teams ana kaysa kaning LBC.
Yes,
grabe gyud gayo. Grabe yung gasto gyud tanan. Nice.
And they have the money.
Oh, yes, kay mga kwartahan man. Tanan grabe ha lagi. Dili ko matinga nga mo gamit sila ana.
Wow. So, but what else can we say about that? But again, stay safe.
Filipino nga, if one tablet can make you feel well, 2 tablets can make you feel better. Di ba mo na kasi ano kag usa ka biogesic, aduhaon ako padali ko maayo or tuloon ako. Mo na mentality yun. Mentality. Again, wag ko kadungog og naay somebody ka gamit nalay rumors. Pero I'm not going to be surprised kung somebody turns positive.
Yeah.
Kung mahal lang yun kayo ng testing.
Surprise.
Testing, mahal kayong testing. Ang kanang bitang World Anti-Doping Agency, mahal kayo ng ilang test mo, nagli yun ka-afford ang Filipino. Ana?
So, utang mong gusto ang tao niya, butong sa liluan, okay na tayo na, di pa na tayo, di ba?
Actually, I tried blood doping ka nang sa chikaan ka ng mga dinuguan nila 2 days before a race. I don't know if it works but mentally siguro naka-place mo ko ato, so I don't know. Nakatabang siguro ang depende siguro sa pagluto sa iyang dinuguan tingali. It's still blood. I don't know.
Katawanan kayo one time.
Pero tinuod na ako magbino ha.
Yes.
Nag-experience mga 20 years ago siguro. So, tayo duwa sa reclamation sa una, nakadaog ko 2 successive Sundays o Saturdays. No, so, pag ato na ko sa clinic, na usa ka case tayong ato dito. So, kung saan nga magpaibot ba ka? Dok, kanang sulti lang ko si tinuod, sa may gigamit nimo. Kung ay sig binuang dia, ako tay guys, dito tudlo tugaan nila ko unsa imong gigamit. Kung sa may gigamit, nakatawa na ko sa may gigamit, ako mo ko gigamit. Digin sa mo to, nga wa ko gigamit. Gato kasi nga nako something giinom, ngano nakadaog ko kaduka. Successive Saturdays. So, base lang ana. Willing manggalit sa tigumagwang pa to siya nako. Willing magalig siya mo take og unsa nga kuan nga drugs makayang huna-huna nga makusgan siya para mandaog siya. How much more kaning competitive kayo mga athletes na to?
That's true. And again, like you said, if you're very competitive and you want to get one over the other, and you have the money, you would probably do it. again, what for? Like you said, biking for us is physical and mental health. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
imo
I they
nagitikas
will.
yung
I
kubulingon.
think
Yeah.
each of yourself. Anyway, guys, I know we're running out of time, but I'd like to read now comments from the field, no? So we can recognize them. First up is Benny Benitez, a friend from Manila. He runs PinoyLiga.com. Benny, thank you for joining us here tonight. And watch some of his shows on PinoyLiga.com. And don't read stories written by Rico Navarro. Okay, then this one is, if you remember this, Big Al's. Kaila ko ng Big Al, ha? Big Al's Bike Fest, May 26, 2017.
Kana.
Coach Lan, not only Big Al's.
Sikat ka na
I remember before, I also used to, I wouldn't join, but as a media guy, I would pakita lang ko. Remember, they would have a fat boys category. I think it's 200 and above.
Yeah, murag ako gyud nagpauso og nato gyud.
Ikaw po sa to, mo apil pa na.
Ako na sakto gyud na.
Yeah. I can join it if I want.
Big.
Pero ni-apil lang ko na to.
Ako medyo dako-dako gyud sa una.
Yes.
So before katong naka-apil ako sa mga mountain bike ng Gordon ko, there's something missing yun. There's something missing. Na wala kay chance sa mga dagkong tiyan, mga overweight. So naghimo ko rule atong panahon na 40 inches above and 240 pounds above ang imong timbang kailangan para mo join katong fat bike category. So nabuhat na ako sa katong Big Al's Bike Fest. Challenging to siya ang Big Al's Bike Fest because it was the first time na 3 stages. Dili ito first time. But 3 stages to ginuhat na itong race. First stage was a individual time trial from JY to Willis. Nagbutang yung ko grampa ato dito. Ipagamit at JY sa hagdanan. Nagbutang ta grampa and then i-close ko itong intersection. And niagit as likod dito sa dapit sa kanang restaurant niya. The fastest time was 14 minutes and then kusog-kusog sa to. And then there was a circuit dito likod sa Willis. And the final stage was a circuit dito sa I think it was the Grand Hotel kanang asa ng Vivo karon.
Yes.
So 3 stages dito. Dugay 2006. Kita tayo nag-comment si Lord Matt Codera. Naka-join siguro siya. I can see one of those jerseys niya kung kanong panahon. Nagpituyok niya po sa daan. Dugay. Inspired to sa Guardo na race. So it was giving chance to mga bikers dito na naagit sila yung kaguling lumba. Pero financially, di na yun madaki. Murag gasto kito. Gasto kita na set up. So eventually na fold up gito ang Big Al's mountain bike. Maybe sunod karon we'll never know. After then venture get to skateboarding, we tried to do some skateboarding event. Isagol na to gimutang kita katong mga wave, mga ramp. But medyo lisod-lisod pa gito na time gito 2006, 14 years ago.
Yes. Okay, sir. This is from Coach Benjo Jimenez, a good friend.
Kana.
Oh, who remembers this and what happened here? 99 Guardo Bike Fest.
Coach sa Karkar, kinuno ko sa una. Apil ko sa Karkar na Guardo Bike Fest yun.
Yes. Si Coach Benjo rin may kutubag anak wapa kumutawa ni.
Ako, sila the organizer gani sa Katmon na trail.
Yeah, sila Coach Benjo. They organized
1998.
Yeah, that's true.
Katmon Reton, kinumdog yung ko na. We did, I was 300 pounds, then naka-do kong sprint distance. 7. Lingaw kito ha, kay kuhan kito kanang pag-finish kami may last finisher ato. Mura gyud po gaog. Okay, last two gid niya to ko sa kong brother-in-law. So 750 meter swim, 20 nagi ko na nagkuha gyud ko assistant ako sa akong bike ato kay naay mo tunol na akong tubig. Kabantay ko pag turning point na may gikaguban dito. So ako ring assistant na kuyapan. Gitabang dito sa turning point. Buwangan niya, kuyapan manuon siya. So mo to that was fun. Benjo, mo gito, ng Katmon triathlon. Gito kay lagi. 20 years? More than 20 years.
Yeah. I have a question here. Okay, anybody? All right. From a rugby friend. Unsa imo ma-advise sa mga magbisikleta na mudagan bisan stop? Kinsay makatubakan ni?
Guilty. Anyway, sa kana na answer usually mo adto ko sa pedestrian lane dito ko motagi. But again, no exception. Everyone has to follow the rules unta. Sometimes makalimot ka. Nagdali ka, moagi ka sa kuan. But you have to be safe again. Maybe sa sidewalk ka moagi. When you walk, pedestrian naman ka. So when you go sa pedestrian, pwede na ka maglakaw. But again, it's no exception. Careful lang yapon ta kay simo ko na may tabo. You might hit a pedestrian, delikado yapon kayo.
Okay, now this is from Gray McKinnon, our good friend down under. It will cover half the screen, but pasensya na. Share the road is okay, but there has to be an education process for both the cyclist and the motor vehicle driver. Rico, when overtaking a cyclist on our New South Wales roads, the rule is that the driver of the vehicle needs to leave a minimum distance between car and cyclist. Distancing sa sila, no? The distance the driver has to be away from the cyclist while overtaking is 1 meter while passing on a road with a speed of limit of 60 kilometers per hour or below. If the road speed limit is above 60 kph, you must leave a... that's about it. Okay, guys, your thoughts about this? Anybody would like to comment on this of Graham McKinnon's?
I don't think it is possible here 1 meter, considering the how narrow and constricted our roads are.
Yes.
So and then exactly what I was talking earlier. No, education between the car driver and the cyclist on that, rather than again i-force nimo nga diha kaagi. Now, like for example, at the Talisay, na ilang bike lane nindot, but may manhole nga di may pagka na within the one. So, kung gusto ka mo shot ka dito. Hindi ko mulabas. Ay ita.
Mo na kinahanglan mag-block mo dito ka. You have to be careful. Yeah.
Or maybe siguro ang katong blue nga line nila. Ato lang yung kamuagi, pwede kamuagi atong murag lubak-lubak. Kanang gamay kanang 4-inch nga line ba.
Yes.
Paita bita, but may na kay nakasugod na gyud ang Talisay og bike lane.
Actually, sa Mandawi, if you look at near Jollibee, actually they put a bike, may bomba dito, mga tools when you can fix the bike.
Oh, may dai no.
That's something. Nagi katong bomba gid, katong mahalon gid na bomba ha. Katong kalimot ka sa brand basta. It's good for the ordinary valve and kanang gitawag na to Presta na valve na kanang gamit ito eh. Oh.
Yes.
So pwede siya pang any kind magamit din siya. And then nasa check tools, pero alipin ang tools na correct. Pwede gamitin sa truck de carga.
Okay.
Kasi olive bench.
Kinahanglan
Okay,
sa dugwan gamay lang kinahanglan sa infrastructure ang hindi lang sa karsada like safe nga parking area sa bike.
Yes.
Na ba kay shower sa imong office. Kaya mo mga trabaho gato singot ka. So kana kuwang pasad tana.
Yes, that's
So again, ako kay problemahan dili lang kay simple bike lane nga sulbad tanang problema sa bisikleta.
I think it should work hand in hand sa kanang gitawag na to rapid bus rapid BRT.
Oh, rapid.
Yeah. Kailangan na yun yung mga parkingan mo sa mga bikes sa motorcycle because usually ang gibuhat mo sa one lugar. So you park your bike there, sakay ka sa BRT, biyahe rin ka. Pagbalik mo, sakay ka balik sa mong bike niya, ulit ka. Something like that. I don't know kung kaya ba na dire. Pedestrian lane ng ganit, sidewalk ko, pamang ganit.
Medyo kabuang kita. Hey guys, some guys want to say hello. I think you know these people.
Okay, like one
Very okay. Hanapan ni siya. We'll just acknowledge them. Kay ni Kuya lang nato karon. 5S Bike Shop. Kailan man ni?
Okay, like wala si
Okay.
London.
Napa ni? Marami kini siya. Pa-shout out Coach A.
Si Clang.
Okay, din Consolacion saying hello there, no? So
Kuyog niya na last week.
awa ba? Okay, so let's recognize them here. Asa itong usa? Napati usa. Nawa naman to. Okay, kini siya. Kini basketball coach ni siya. Jomlong po, basketball coach of Don Bosco ni siya. Wala man bike lane Cebu City si Rico. Naaraw ko pirmi daplin magbike. Well, that's the reality.
Ako yun.
Yeah, tinod. Kini wa ko kailan eh. I'm not sure kung kailan mo ano niya, no?
Caroline Touchy.
Hello guys, thanks for sharing.
Akong kapuso.
Morning ka nang dapat 3 hours sa imong biyahe, Coach Alan. Because if you go more than 3 hours, ang feeling ako, di na kakauli.
Okay, correct yun na. Okay, asa naman ka? But aside from biking, usahay ra ba magilom-hilom ta abi nato unsay problema ang ginuna sa dito pisa imong paliton din eh. Di ba? So may bonus sila.
I'd like to greet our friends from Manila here, from Mandaluyong. Paul Supan, watching from Mandaluyong, retired recreational biker. Pretty grabe ni siya walking. No? This guy lost around 30 pounds already, Coach Alan. No?
Hey, congratulations, Paul.
The athletic director of Jose Rizal University, Brisarino, going 100. Thank you, RD Paul, for watching and joining us here. Kini usapan ni, kini siya, si Pong is actually Pong the Coco of Cagayan de Oro. Kini masuya ko sa iyong pictures. Kay mag-mountain bike sila, they go out to the Xavier Estates gani sa may Cagayan de Oro. Then they go to the Padung Bukidnon side nga nindot kay mga ruta nila nga makasuya. No? So
Cagayan ya. So right kus Cagayan sa una, ingaw gid kayo mo ruta.
Lingaw ang Cagayan de Oro. So thank you very much. Well guys, I'm really sorry but I have to somehow bring you back to your wives already kay basuk sila nga ng nabigay mo dili, no? But can I get your final words lang? Final words. Biking, you said biking in the pandemic is blank. Let's continue that with your final words tonight. Doc JV, you first, please.
Ride safe. Be aware of your surroundings when you ride. Be considerate sa other cyclists, sa other even motor vehicles. We should be considerate para peaceful ang existence nato nga mogamit sa karsada. Also, importante karon, let's wash our hands, social distancing, and wear your mask. Marigi na, importante ana.
Correct.
So, moro to akong ikuan, mga last message nako.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doc JV Araneta. Coach Alan, your final words, please.
Again, biking, syempre, it's fun. And then like what JV said, be alert lang gid ka. Safety first, good helmet, shades, fun. If you're a newbie, ayaw kalit-kalit ug hunong sa dalan. And then stay safe, stay strong, and syempre, stay healthy. Mo gina mga importante na buhaton.
Okay, thank you very much.
Fun.
Yeah, fun, of
Thank
course.
you kayo.
Yeah, once again, thank you very much, Coach Alan Chuachoy and Dr. JV Araneta for joining. It's been
Thank you for the time.
1 hour 30. No, I didn't imagine makadugay tagi-ingani, but interesting topics. I like to bike myself. And I'd like to thank you for joining us. I hope that we were able to share information with everybody out there on Bleacher Talk Goes Live. But before anything else, I'd like to share the next slide as we show you our next episode. So, because I'd like to show you the next episode. Should be exciting next week. Next week, we are going to have Tunito Henson, the Dean himself, on September 21, Monday. On September 28, Jojo Lastimosa will join us. One-on-one with Jolas. Nagpan si Jolas. October 5, we'll have Coach Oliver Almagro of the Ateneo de Manila Volleyball Team.
Idol na ako.
Oh, together with Dina Wong. So with that, again, thank you very much, Coach Alan. Thank you very much, Coach Doc JV. We bring another episode to a close. And this is once again Rico Navarro saying so long. This has been Bleacher Talk Goes Live. Mayang gabi, kanatong tanan. Bye.
Bye-bye.